What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy Big Play Slay on the Big Play Podcast, man. We're doing a little something different today. I got a special guest. I had a lot of special guests on here, man. A lot of future Hall of Famers, but I never had a true Hall of Famer in that's already been inducted into everything. This man been 16 years in the league, I think. Eagles player, Vikings player, played in the Dolphins for a little bit as well. Man, welcome my boy Cris Carter right now, man. A Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it, man. Shout out to my boy. Appreciate you coming in. What's up, Cris?
No, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your career. I appreciate the attitude for which you play with. Yeah. We do have that kindred spirit of playing there with the Eagles, which you are now. I mean, you guys have an outstanding team. So to see you being one of the top defensive players that we have in the league, the potential that we could get on a podcast together, be able to talk about it, chat up some stuff. You know, you are a legacy player, and the legacy continues with the players. That's why we do things like this, so people can see that, man, there's a special bond between players that played in the National Football League. There's only 23,000 of us that ever played in the league. Only 14,000 of us ever played more than 4 years. So, bruh, when I say respect, it comes from I know what you about. I know what it takes to do what you're doing. That's why I'm so proud to be on here with you, dog.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. Hearing that from you definitely did a little special to my heart right there. I ain't never even got that. You did a better introduction than I did, man, right there. I feel good. I appreciate that, man.
I'll be your intro guy.
Yeah, I appreciate that because it's like, yeah, you know, some stuff get unnoticed, man, but I know players that plays the game, they kind of understand and sees what a lot of guys go through, man. For me to get that from you as being, you know, as a Hall of Famer, and man, a guy that's been dominating this league, and I did it long enough, and to give you that type of credit, man, I really appreciate that, man. I really do.
You want to know my favorite thing about you?
What's that?
Besides your number two, that's my favorite number. That was my college number. But, bro, when you stood up, when they was talking about the coach coming from Detroit, and you was like, no, man, I ain't with that. Yeah. That dude said some stuff about me. No, I ain't forget that. No, I ain't getting ready to let it go. We're going to have to talk about to discuss it. I'm a grown man. He's a grown man. So that right there, man, it gave me the utmost respect because I know it's a difficult situation. All the times coaches say things about players and they're not held accountable for it. When players say things, though, they're held accountable. So I'm glad that you held his words to the fire, being an all-pro player. Man, put some respect on my name, man. And guess what? You were wrong.
All wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going for that. I might be a happy-go-lucky dude, but I don't play about my respect, man. Definitely what I did for this league and well. And
no, absolutely.
And, he tried to do a lot of discredit, but we on great terms right now. We on better terms. Good thing we are, because they're pretty ugly.
Yeah, somebody block your shot. Guess what you do? Oh man, I better give some respect to that. All right, yeah.
Got to.
Absolutely.
Got you, man. So, how much you still watch the NFL? You still watch it a lot?
Man, I'm consumed by it. My wife was asking me yesterday, how can you watch football Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday? I said, somebody get ready to call me. I'm getting ready to make a comeback. I'm trying to make sure I know the scheme. What's the current defenses they playing? What's the sets they looking at on offense? But no, man, I love football. The truth of the matter is, man, I never had a real job before in my life.
Me either.
Ever since I was 18, I went to college, went to Ohio State. I know that's the school, you know, you went to Mississippi State, but I know your Ohio State school you dreamed of playing for, you know, DBU and everything. But after that, playing 16 years in the league, then I worked 17 years with the broadcast partners, and then 4 years at the league office, NFL program, player program. And then now I'm working at Florida Atlantic University in player development. So I haven't had a real job before in my life. Yeah. So, man, I'm so proud to be a former player. I'm so proud to be a former athlete. I'm so proud to have made my mark in sports and had a shelf life longer than most people. So, no, when people say, oh, man, if you're going to be an athlete, you need to choose two things because you're not going to be able to do it for long. No, not if you do it right.
The right way.
You can always be an athlete. You can always be cashing in on your brand if you build it the right way.
Easily. I would truly believe in that. That's why I'm trying to do it myself, build a brand. I know you said, like, man, you looking at the scheme and the new defenses and do that. Right now, if you could play right now, who will be your current teammate you would love to play with, as in just like your counterpart that's right now playing?
Well, for one, as a receiver, you have to think of who can get you the ball.
Yeah.
And last 5-8 years, it's Patrick Mahomes. most exciting quarterback. He's going to build. And see, he can get you the ball even when you ain't open. Not a lot of quarterbacks can do that. Like you have to get open either by the scheme or by your technique. And then there's some other guys that, hey, man, even if you covered, I'm going to give it to you in a spot that he's not going to be able to get to it. So I think that right there, I think now, man, we have so many dual threat quarterbacks. You guys quarterback. I mean, he's one of the most exciting. Lamar, what he's doing. I mean, there's so many athletes playing the position now that I could pick 8 or 10 guys, man, and be like, man, I could build a career with them.
I believe in my top 5 is guys that's not read by scheme in the receiver world. Like, can you really just get open with you just put them at the X position and just line up and just say, I could beat this guy one-on-one and my quarterback can make me look even better. So, like, that's how I put my top 5 receivers. So I want to know who your top 5 receivers is.
I mean, that's a different, because now the players that go in motion, say the Cooper Kupps, and, you know, Justin Jefferson does some, but that's based on scheme, but he can do anything. He can play in any offense. He can play in the wishbone, and he's going to get open. You know, so Tyreek Hill, I don't want to discredit what these guys are doing in the game because an X receiver, based on what you are type, it takes certain traits.
Right.
Because the number one X receiver would be your guy, AJ Brown. Like, you can't get a better X receiver than him. He's a deep threat. He's a route runner. He's not a diva. He works out at Florida Atlantic in the offseason. So I got a chance to know him this offseason, and he is a picture-perfect franchise number 1 wide receiver.
And
all right? And that's what you want. He's going to block. He's not selfish. He's a great teammate, stays out of trouble, does everything the right way. Like, you can win championships with a guy like him. Some of the other guys and what they do, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, also emerging now is one of the best. Amon St. Brown there in Detroit. Like, coaches are so smart. They get these guys on the move. They get them stacked. They get them put in preferred positions and get matchups on the defense. So now the scheme can get guys open, let alone their overall ability. But I would say those set of guys right there, and I might be missing a guy or something. So listen, don't at me and everything if I missed you and everything. Sometimes you make mistakes. But
they will do that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I would start with, you know, your guy, AJ, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, and Cooper Kupp has worked his way back into that this year, having a good year. But they do things to set him up perfectly. So there's a good group of top 10 guys, but those guys right there are the guys that I believe day in, day out, week in and week out, they are the hardest to guard that we have in the league. And then also Nico from the Texans.
Yeah, well, he's going.
I mean, like, he is emerging. Like a big guy like that who can run, it's priceless to be able to have someone like that. So, man, we're always in good hands in the NFL as far as wide receivers. More people are playing the position than ever. High schools are throwing it. Colleges are throwing it. So now when our guys come into the league, they're more developed than they've ever been before. So what you facing is an all-time high as far as athletic, guys that can do things, different offenses that attack the defensive backs. So this is the hardest era, I believe, as a defensive back to play in.
Far is.
Yeah.
And I don't be like to do that to a lot of guys because of the fact that I'd be like, hey, man, Slay, I like, how you feel about when you played in your early days and now? I'm like, look, these guys ain't doing nothing but getting better and better and better every year. You know, I say I played against Calvin for so long, but as it keep growing, like we've seen guys is 6'2", that's 240 pounds running 4.3s. And it's only getting better. And you got guys that come in that you be like, oh, this guy's too small. He can't do this. Next thing you know, like he's the one of the best in the world at doing this. Now it's like it's just too much. These guys.
Well, there's 3 factors. There's 3 major factors involved in that. Number one thing is you can't hit the quarterback low in the pocket.
True.
So he's going to be able to get more comfortable than ever before. Number 2, you can't hit the wide receiver in his head. So he can talk trash to you, D. So you can't do nothing to me because you can't hit me up in my head. You can't do nothing to me. You can't do nothing to me to be able to take me out of my game. You have one of them safeties come and insert themselves and put that helmet on me. It's gonna make me start to thinking. But they have removed that part, you know, from the game. And now there are more accurate throwers of the football than any other time in NFL history. So those rule changes, the quarterback is sitting in there, the designs of the offense, everybody will throw it on you. They'll throw it on fourth down, they'll throw it on first down, like they don't care. And the schemes that they run are the most sophisticated that we've ever seen in the league. So yeah, you guys got your work cut out for you every single game.
Yeah, and that's what I'll be saying, man. A lot of guys just looking like this game is very much involving each and every year, and that's why we're talking about it now, because I want to know what was the difference, how you see the game and our game. I could for sure see the physicality, but like game planning and schemes, and because I watched football for a long time, a lot of stuff just be real stationary. You got your little 2x2s, and sometimes you get special, like, oh my goodness, they running a punch route, like now, that's just like normal.
Yes, absolutely.
So now it's like you can't double guys as usually, because back then guys that was the best, they get stationary. They be over here. It's 2x2. It's so easy just to go ahead and cover them up. But now guys are picking, rubbing, climbing, and all kind of stuff. So that's why I wanted to see what's the difference. But I kind of see the perspective you coming at it already is like the game is just really evolving, and coaches get smarter. And we got some great athletes that's playing this game.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. The best athletes ever. And I also, I started my career in 87. So I was fortunate enough to play in the 80s, 90s. And then I played in 2001, 2002. So I played in 3 different decades. So you could see, based on rule changes, physicality, and the emphasis as far as the rules, yes, the game has changed. But this is the best product that we've ever been able to present to the public. That's why the salary cap is astronomical. Right. That's why the international viewing ratings are astronomical. That's why men and women seeking our product and information is astronomical, man. Like we have grown the game that now we're the most popular sport in North America. And now it's okay, how can we keep improving on it? And how can we keep this position that baseball used to once have? But they took it for granted and they end up losing it. So now we are the American pastime. Put your football pads on, put your helmet on, and watch some football, because we run it. If you look at the top shows in the country this year, the top 20 of them, 17 of them will be football games.
Yeah.
So let's not miss where we are. It's a very, very special time, and let's keep enhancing the product out there, because it's beneficial not only for legends like myself, but as you transition to the game and out of the game, you should be leaving the game in better shape for the next big play Slay. When he come into the league wearing number 2 with diamonds on and everything, it should be a better spot for him. The union should be a better spot for him. Like, that's the way we should do it. We left it better for you guys, and you guys should leave it better for the next crew.
That's my main thing when I came into the league. I was brought under some great guys. Rasheem Mathis, Glover Quinn, and them guys took me in my wing and really just set me down and really just made me to the pro I am today. And I've been carrying that ever since I became known factor for being a leader. Definitely with my caliber of player I made, it kind of made me to the leader I needed to be, because, without the big plays you're making, a lot of guys ain't gonna respect the game sometimes. That's just how the game goes for most people. Like, if you're not good in the game, you might have respect for them as a person, but when you're giving out that knowledge to them, they be like, hey man, you weren't that good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So so my way is that right now, like I said, I do a great job of taking young guys on the wing and making sure, because we got a guy right now, Quinyon Mitchell, man, he is that dude, man. And I'm talking about, he remind me of myself, just come in hungry, talented, he gets after it, and he's gonna be one of the best ones in this league for a long time too. So I would truly believe in, that's how you gotta spread the word, just giving out knowledge to these guys and making sure, because it's a brotherhood at the end of the day. I know we go against each other, but at the end of the day, it's a brotherhood.
And we got to take care of each other. When a young guy comes in like that, didn't play in a big time conference, he has high expectations, first round pick. The fans in Philly, they crazy. They crazy. They out their mind today, tomorrow, next week.
Every day, every second.
They crazy. So that type of leadership, man, when you get drafted in certain spots, like that was the big thing about Randy Moss. Man, we had dogs in there to protect him. Yeah, we had me to be able to scoop him on, hey, bro, this is what we're going to do. We're going to teach you 3 routes to begin with, and then we're going to marry them that people ain't going to know what you're doing. So that type of, when you can swallow your pride and be like, listen, yeah, I know I know eventually you're going to replace me one day.
Right.
But ultimately, too, that organization, they paying for that leadership, bro. They need you in that locker room. They need you on that corner. They need you after the practices, because guess what the head coach can't do? He can't talk to that dude the way you can.
Right.
He can't relate to him, and he don't know the game the way that you know it. So those relationships become priceless. And that's why a lot of kids' careers are ruined, because they don't get to the right spot. They don't have that connective tissue, and they don't have that veteran in there to be able to guide them. Like when I was in Philadelphia, the guy that does the broadcast, Mike Quick, that was my guy.
Uh-huh.
That guy told me I was going to be a star in the league. Now, I couldn't get my stuff together in Philadelphia. I enjoyed South Philly, Jersey. I enjoyed it all. Atlantic City. I got a taste of all. I got a taste of all of it.
Every day they got for you, you enjoyed it.
But when you see Mike Quick, man, this week, you tell him Cris Carter says thank you. Tell him Cris Carter love him, because that dude made a big impact on my career. And then I went off to Minnesota. He was one, man, I'm not surprised. He said, Chris, I knew you was going to be a star. Everybody in Philly knew you was going to be a star. We just wish you could have done it in Philadelphia. So make sure you holler at Mike Quick for me when you see him.
Yeah, man, Mike Quick a good dude. Mike Quick a real good dude. Because while we're talking about that, like, so that's how I am too. I'm the same way. Like, the guys that kind of took me under the wing, they still my close friends. So you consider Mike Quick a close friend of yours right now, still in this league?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. We play golf together a couple times together. We meet up at the Super Bowl. If I'm in a Philly in town or anything, I always check up on him. Sometimes I'll be in the car listening on the radio, and I'll send him a text and everything. But yeah, man, Quick Six, man, he was one of them dudes, man. You talking about a great football player. Yeah. Now, in his first 7 years in the league, he was a Pro Bowler 5 of the first 7 years. Then he wrecked both of his knees. Man, he was on Jerry Rice's head, bruh. He was on Jerry Rice's head, and he ended up getting hurt. Same thing happened to my boy Sterling Sharp.
I heard he was a dog too.
You talking about some dogs. You talking about some dudes can run and catch. We used to call Quick Six. Hey, man, you want a Quick Six? Put Mike in.
Hey, that's a nice name though. Hey,
Quick Six.
Quick Six. Go put a bonus points on your head right now. They go get a touchdown.
So nice. Yeah, 6'3", NC State, high hurdler, in high school and in college. Oh man, a natural route runner. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's my guy, man. Okay. He's one of the most underrated NFL players of all time.
I heard though. That's what I'm saying. That's what they were saying. They were saying that. They said that a lot around here for sure.
Yeah.
So playing in your 16 years, like, who you say your top 5 DBs you went against, like your hardest guys? You don't got to give me 5, like 3 of them. 3 of them.
Well, this is the thing. Every time I do one of these, because, okay, I played against Rondé Barber. I played against Aeneas Williams. I played against John Lynch. I played against Leroy Butler. Uh-huh. I played against Deion. I played against Charles Woodson. I played against Rod Woodson. I played against Darryl Green.
That's a list. It's hard to choose. That's hard to choose.
But I would say, just by arm's length, Deion. Because Deion is so much smarter, and because he's so flashy, people will never call him brilliant. Like, they will never. It's like, oh, he's just talented. Deion was brilliant. He knew between 5 to 7 what you could do and couldn't do. Yeah. He knew between 7 and 12 what the offense could do and what they couldn't do. And he said, Chris, after 15, I ain't worried about you way down there, because I'll catch your slow butt.
Hey, and what's crazy is that's how I play the game. Like, when I definitely in my young days, anything past 15 yards, I'm cool. Like, I'm running. I can run.
Right. Yep. But the way he went about it, and then he was also one of the first guys to really get into video studying the formations and everything. So people don't want to give Prime, because all the fluff and all that, they don't want to give him. You can tell now as a college coach how much knowledge he had as a player by how he got Colorado turned around.
Oh, he's doing a great job over there in Colorado, man. I knew he was gonna get it going.
Right,
like he just needed a couple of D linemen, O linemen. I told you when they came.
Yeah, you can't just do that with a gold jacket. Like, we got 386 guys in the Hall of Fame. We got about 3 that could do what Deion did. 2 of them might be dead.
Oh, Lord.
Like what he is doing is unprecedented, man.
It is.
It's unprecedented, but it speaks to who he is as a team builder, what he's always done as a mentor, and what he actually knows about the game. So I want to make sure that people get that, because they mess that up every week. Not once do they say that dude is brilliant.
Right.
They never give us, as great athletes, they never give us that. They give it to other guys.
The
Typically
guys that played in, they were backups and stuff. In the league.
But they won't give, man.
Yeah.
You can be a great athlete and be brilliant at it.
Right. You can.
LeBron James, Michael Jordan, bruh. Like, these guys, brilliant, but give it up when you see it. And Deion's got it.
Yeah, he got it. He got it. He got it. One of the biggest things, since we're talking about Hall of Fame guys, right? Like, what that call was like. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a guy. I hope and praying I get into that in that area. But what was the call? Like, where were you at? Like, that's a big time moment for me. I know I'm gonna cry if I ever get that call. So I want to, like, what that experience was like.
It's really, really hard to explain, because, you know, my mom had 7 kids before the age of 25. She got kicked out of high school when she was 16. Everybody told her everything that she wasn't. I never had a father in my life. So all we was, people just doubt us our whole life. So when you get a call like that, man, you know that God is so involved.
Very much.
And you like, I can't believe he did this for me.
Mm-hmm.
He could have picked somebody else. Like, and I'm going to tell you, man, there were several times I tried to ruin that shit. I was doing my own thing, and he still had me covered.
He always does.
He still had me covered. So for me, when I talk about the game, it's on a different level, because this is my education. This is my Harvard. This is my PhD. Mm-hmm. This is my street education. This is what I learned in the locker room, because that's how I grew up. So continually changing your goals. You never think you're going to get paid out like this. Like, I ain't have no goal to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, I wanted to be the best receiver on my team. Then I wanted to be the best receiver in our division. Then I wanted to be the best receiver in the conference. That was it. I ain't never have no more goals besides that.
Simple. And
when they called me, man, I just blacked out. I totally blacked out. I fell out, passed out. Like, your body is hard to take the information.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start thinking about, man, when I was 8, man, you know how many practice I done went to, man, you know how many wind sprints I done done, you know how many people done doubted me, you know how many times I was hurt.
Grass drills.
Man.
Up downs.
And you know how many times I wanted to quit, but I didn't even know how to quit.
I'm trying to tell you, they don't understand.
Man, you know how many times I got in the wrong huddle? You know how many times I went to the corner store at the street in the neighborhood and dude told me I wasn't going to be shit?
Yeah.
The same guy when I went to college, he was still there drinking wine when I came back from college. He told me I wasn't going to be shit. And I played 3 or 4 years in the NFL. He told me I wasn't going to be shit. I guarantee if I go back to my hometown, Ohio now, that motherfucker yelling, hey, man, you still ain't shit.
Hey, he just want to be an ain't shit person, man.
Because that's the way it is. Like, we grow up in those type of environments and communities, and to think this is going to happen to you. Man, my high school stadium where I played at is named after me, man.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big, man.
Every number I had worn, besides at the Eagles and at Ohio State, it's retired. Everywhere I've been, the number retired. Can't nobody play in that one. You can pick another one, but you can't play in that one.
That's big.
That's what this game has meant to me, man. This gave me a sense of identity. This let me know there ain't nothing in the world I can't fucking do. That's what being in the league, and when they call you in the hall and you're like, me? So for me, I don't take it for granted. I call my Hall of Famers. I check up on them. Man, I got my logo on. This is me, man. This is my brand now. I'm one of these guys. I'm one of 28 receivers in modern day history in the Hall. I'm one of 387 players in the Hall. I'm one of the rare Minnesota Vikings in the Hall. Hey, man, don't play with me, man. That Hall thing is real.
It's real, man. That's why I said it's always be a blessing. I just hope I get my foot in the door. I said I need to get in the 30 club to get in that door. I'm at 28. I'm trying to get in that 30 club.
And the numbers don't lie.
I know.
The numbers would bring you into the conversation.
Yeah.
So as long as they keep track, you keep piling them up.
Got to.
As long as they keeping track of them, okay, I'm gonna keep track of them.
That's why I said you got to
get the numbers, man. Get the numbers to get you in the conversation, and then allow the process to take risk. But there is nothing. Now, I didn't get to the Super Bowl. I played 16 years, never made it there. Never made it.
It took me 10 years.
Yeah, don't take this Sunday for granted.
Oh no, it took me 10 years to get there, boy.
Yes,
and it's a different feeling. That's a crazy feeling.
Right. So
crazy feeling.
To me, I didn't have anything like that, but all the dudes that got the gold jackets and they have Lombardi trophies, they said they ain't nothing like it.
I already know.
Yeah, you can go into the graveyard now. Yeah, Jesus, come get me.
Hey, I know the boy ain't ready to go yet, but if it is time to come, they go leave in a good spirit.
But they'll get the heading on the tombstone right. HOFer.
Yes. I love going to live events. I love basketball games, football games, and I love going to concerts. I just came from an Usher concert. And where I get these tickets from? A GameTime app. There's a great feature called GameTime Picks. It shows you incredible deals on seats you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I'm going through the app right now as we speak, and they got super great deals right now. I'm talking about great ones, better than you can even think of. They got the top tier deals of the world right now. And I'm talking about great deals. And you know what? I like them how they come. You know what I'm saying? I like to save some money. They do a lot of saving for my money right here. So make sure you go to this app, GameTime. Oh, look at this super deal. There's a lot going on GameTime Picks right now. The greatest thing about this app that I love so much that you can see where you're sitting at. You can see the whole view, and it's very, very clear. You can even visualize yourself before you even sitting there. GameTime Picks makes it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and etc. The lowest price guarantee or GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. And the GameTime ticket coverage, they got most flexible customer service policies in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. Download GameTime app, create an account, and use the code SLAY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem a code SLAY for $20 off. Download GameTime today. What time is it? GameTime. It's only one guy I feel as in, I know he probably did a lot to not get in there, but it's one guy I feel like that deserved to be in that, man. That's been one of the best two at that position. And I'm going Chad, man. Chad Ocho, man. I feel like he should be in there. You know, it might just me, just looking at numbers.
Okay. All right. Google Chad Johnson right now, because I'm going to do this for you. I'm just going to oblige you. It's your show and everything. So I'm just here for them. I want you to Google right now. I want you to Google how many years he played, how many catches he had, how many yards he had, how many touchdowns he had, because that's really the only thing important.
766 receptions.
Okay, I have 1,100.
Oh, yeah, you got a lot of them.
Oh, okay. Now let's go to touchdowns.
He got 67.
I got 130.
That's big.
He got how many yards? He's got 11,000. I got 14,000.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of numbers now. Hey, I know you got them numbers. I know.
This is what people get confused, because the Hall of Fame is not the Hall of the Very Good, because they're two different halls. Yeah. There's the Hall of the Very Good, where Chad is, and then there's the Hall of Fame. That's where we are.
Mm-hmm.
You brought the subject matter up.
Yeah.
The numbers, they don't lie. So now if you didn't win any championships, how many times did he make All-Pro? Did he make the All-Decade team? And if you don't do those things, then it becomes hard. If you weren't the most dominant receiver in your decade, it's hard to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because
and if
you
don't
got some good numbers, but it's like I see what you're saying though.
No, I didn't say he didn't have good numbers. And Chad wants to get into the Hall. Like, he wants to get in. He's on a campaign to get himself into the Hall. But if he had If he had played that last year in New England with Tom Brady and learned the offense and had a couple more 1,000-yard seasons, but he couldn't learn the offense there. He had a hard time with that offense there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, that would have helped him if he had won a Lombardi Trophy in New England. That would have helped him.
Yeah, that would.
So I try to tell people, man, we're not trying to get into this battle and everything, us versus you, but be careful. You better do your homework when you start talking about these types of things. Like Chad Johnson was a very good football player.
There's a lot of those.
Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that. That ain't my fault. It ain't his fault. But just be careful, because this is what I say. There's always classifications. You can be a champ and be a bantamweight. You can be a champ and be a lightweight. But don't think you're a lightweight and you're a champ at a heavyweight. You're not. You're a champ in your own category, but stay right there. Stay right there so you can be a champ. Stay in your own weight bracket.
Hey, I understand. I get you. I see exactly what you said.
Yeah. Now, Chad's career has gotten better in his mind since he's retired. I'm going to say that one more time. Chad's career has gotten better in his mind since he's retired. But when you compare it to all the receivers that have gotten into the Hall, none of the numbers he compares to any of the guys.
Yeah, it's tough.
Nobody, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, Reggie Wayne ain't in the Hall of Fame. Torrey Holt ain't in the Hall of Fame. He not better than them. Man, don't start me. I know my wide receivers, man. I don't even know who I am, but I know wide receivers. That's what I do.
You study them now.
Yes.
You study them. them.
Yeah, so I'm all for Chad. Chad's got a great afterlife right now. He got a rebirth and everything, but just chill, man. Just chill.
Yeah, that's tough. But the media world, man, because I know I'm in year 12. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably maybe, you know, I'm blessed already and fortunate not to have to work another day in my life. But that's one of my next goals in life. So how the media world come about? Like, because I'm for sure getting into that sooner or later.
Well, this is the thing. I would try to get into it sooner while you hot.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
While you got that Eagles number on, get as much FaceTime, do as many interviews, it's reps, man. If you want to play bump and run, how you learn bump and run?
Reps, practice.
Reps, watching tape, watching other people, watch other shows, start to develop your voice. See, we're taught so much in the league. Okay, man, don't say that.
Right.
Don't say this. But you need to develop your own voice. You need to start doing your own interviews. You need to be have someone else produce it, but you handle the interviews so that when it's time for you to make that transition, that you already got a resume. You already got a file of videos and shows and stuff that you've done to be able to prove yourself. In the playoffs, if you guys aren't in the runnings and everything, which you guys should be, volunteer with the Super Bowl. Who's ever doing the Super Bowl? ESPN. Like anytime you can go to New York or man, get on those shows, man. Let people see your face. Because those executives, when it's time to make those decisions, they typically make them with either a big name Hall of Famer or someone that they have a relationship already with. And that's the best way to transit. You got a great brand. You got a great look to you. You got a great nickname. You're playing for a great team and organization. You got to parlay that now because your calls get answered, man, when you're playing. When you announce you retiring, you're going to be shocked, man, how many people ain't hitting you back. Damn, dog, he's tight. Damn, what? Damn. Hey, no, so be in contact with people, especially those decision makers, trying to get on their radar.
Right.
Oh, so when we start making these moves, this is a person that I can look at. But your voice is a muscle, and it's only going to be as strong as you lift it. So you have to put your voice in different formats, talking about different things, so which in turn, your voice becomes more callous and strong. Most NFL players, their voices are not strong enough. When they do their interviews, like they say stuff, but they don't have a strong media voice. You know, Micah Parsons. He has really good opinions, but his voice is not commanding enough in this space to be able to generate the types of things that his opinion should generate.
I see what you're trying to say. Yeah. You got to stand on a lot of stuff you're saying and make it sound powerful.
Yeah, like Shannon.
Really?
Shannon has worked on his voice. He's
Right,
worked
right.
on his enunciation. He's worked on his pronunciation. Like he's had speech coaches. Like he has done everything to make sure when he come on there, that muscle is strong.
Yeah.
And he is ready to bark out some stuff with confidence.
Yeah, I've always, yep.
Because when you have that, you give the impression through the media box, which is the TV, damn, that dude know what he's talking about. So no matter what, when you do it with confidence, those are the main ingredients to be able to make some headway in this business. But it's a muscle, man, and you got to exercise it.
Got to. I feel that. That's why I've been doing it. I've been doing my podcasting for about 3 or 4 years now, just working on my media world too as well. And I just see that you recently just started yours, fully loaded. And
Yes.
So hey, it's a good thing, man. So it's a good journey for you to start that too as well. Because hey, I'm in this podcast world too, so I'm glad to be here with you, so I can learn from you as well. So I can
absolutely
get better at what I'm doing. So because you already been in the media world, I'm trying to get there too. So man, make sure anybody that's tuning in right now, make sure y'all go check out too, Fully Loaded, man. So go support my boy Chris, man, because he's been doing this for a long time, and he's like, he got great information. He got real great information. I know there's a lot that young guys need to listen to. So yeah, man. But we appreciate you, Chris, man. Hey, I know I'm gonna be on your show sooner or later, man. So make sure you invite your boy Big Play. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I can come talk it up with you and all, man. So I appreciate you coming on the show, man. And you are for sure welcome on the Big Play podcast anytime. I love your point of view.
Let's do it the first or second week of the playoffs, man. When things is for real. We only got the big boys we talking about, the good teams.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Let's do that.
We could do that.
I'll get my people to call your people and we'll get it hooked up, man.
Oh yeah, appreciate that. All right, man. Have a blessed one, man.
No, bro. Appreciate it having me, man. Looking forward to even talking with you more, learning more about you and your family and all the great things that you're about.
Oh, thank you.